The girl from mysterious forest, Aubrey loves his bicycle. But the truth is, he is addicted to his bicycle. The best time of the day for him is the morning because he rides his beloved cycle to school. The streets are mostly sleepy this time. Less crowded, foggy, and he can fly on his ride. His friends don't know that he calls his bicycle with a name. Ben. He calls it Ben. It's a he. And Ben is the best friend among all of his friends. If Aubrey is truly honest to himself, he feels that his city is quite mysterious in the morning. Nocturnal people say that all the mysterious things happen at night. Well, Aubrey begs to differ. But he doesn't argue on this. Because people look at him in a way that he is a weirdo. Like it is impossible. And also, they give a stare that can mean, "Are you serious? How dare you say that?" But Aubrey knows what he knows. It's the morning when the universe unfolds all the strangest of its mysteries. And one lucky morning, he knows that he was right all the time, Aubrey is riding. But he knows in his chest that he is flying. On his very special Ben broom. He flies with speed in the foggy, empty streets. One or two people are slowly walking, still drowsy, still half asleep, half awake. Aubrey crosses some restaurants and coffee places. The scent of newly made hot drinks enters his nostrils. He inhales a puff of air. He is feeding on the beautiful city morning. The calm, still lake, the steady clouds, the scent of frying sausages, the blooming flowers, the foggy streets, and the chirping birds. Now he is passing the Wonder Park. Every morning Aubrey passes this misty forest, he gets a thrill. He feels like something is happening behind those long oak trees and bushes. Maybe someday he will catch a glimpse of a magical incident. Everyone says that this park is haunted. Decades ago, some strange events happened here and the park is abandoned now. Especially, children are highly warned about this place. They fear that there are monsters in there and always stay away from this creepy forest. But not Aubrey. He is having that thrill inside his chest right now. His eyes scan the misty forest, his ride slows in speed. His breath fastens and so does his heartbeat, and suddenly, on the dew-moistened grass, a girl is sitting. There are 3 sparrows on her palms and a few are flying right above her head. She is talking to them. And it is not difficult to understand that they understand each other. What is even more amazing is that she is making the sound of sparrows. Aubrey's mouth opens in awe. "Chirp chirp chirpy chirp," one of them said, "chirpy chirp chirpy." The girl replied in sparrow tongue. Aubrey forgot about school and a magical force pulled him nearer. He silently creeps even nearer. He is spellbound, his eyes fixate on this ethereal scene, ears all eager. He comes nearer and a few rabbits hop towards her and tell her something. She instantly changes her tongue and speaks to them too in rabbit language. And now, there is a cat that is speaking to her and she replies to it with meow language. Aubrey is still hiding behind the big tree. He is so excited that his heart may explode at any moment. He wants to scream and tell everyone about this wonderful encounter. Everyone looked at him with their weird stares. Aubrey has a good look at the magical girl. She looks like a fairy. She is wearing a blue dress, flower crown, and her ornaments are made of buds and leaves. Her big eyes remind him of the blue fairy from Pinocchio. Aubrey leans forward to have a better look and suddenly his bicycle rings. Cling, the sound breaks the silence of the former sounds. The magical sounds of birds and other creatures, and that fairy's talk. She startles and looks back. Aubrey hides behind the tree, hoping she has not seen him. But the birds and other creatures are gone. It's only her. She is standing alone. Her eyes are wider now. Aubrey closes his eyes, hoping he is invisible to her too. "Who is there?" an annoyed voice demands. "Show yourself." I am. "Aubrey," he stutters. But I mean no harm. "I can be your friend." He walks forward, comes out from his hiding place. "I believe in magic and fairy." He finds himself lost for words. She examines her with her piercing gaze from those big, blue eyes, you can trust me. I believe in magic and fairies. I am no fairy. She is still annoyed. I mean, I can be a friend. We'll see. She turns her face away and makes a cup with her hands near her mouth and starts to make a very strange but beautiful sound with her voice. It almost sounds like a song, but only it is not. It was more like a rhythmic poem in an anonymous language. After a few seconds, all the creatures come back and surround her. They had a discussion. The chirpy chirp and meow and all the other languages. Mesmerized Aubrey cannot take his eyes off of this unworldly, magical scene. He hears nothing but this magical conversation among them. After a while they all,
I see red. The first day I walk by the ladies with the blood-red hair, I ignore them. It's nothing new to come by eccentric folk in London or seeing the beautiful, majestic entrance of the British Museum, with its proud columns and its iconic, awe-inspiring pediment, serving as the backdrop for the odd protest. I'm in a hurry, for my first tour of the day is about to start. So, I walk in without ceremony. The second day I walk by the ladies with the blood-red hair, I pause ever so slightly to wonder what compels them to be back. Enduring the cold and the stares, but not enough to ask what they're about. I've never been one to meddle or cause trouble. And I'm in a hurry, again. The third day I walk by the ladies with the blood-red hair, I'm struck by their attires, tight-fitting, white overalls with a big, proud splash of red between their legs in the shape of a flower, for some it's a rose, for others a poppy, for some a tulip and so on. This time they've got my attention. But I'm in a hurry. That night I dream of red flowers. The fourth day I walk by the ladies with the blood-red hair, I'm in pain. My brain barely registers the numbness gradually invading my fingers inside my soft leather gloves, my tears freezing mid-air or the annoyingly loud chatter around me. My attention is claimed aggressively by my monthly visitor. The one I never want but have to endure. The one I have to deal with consciously and unconsciously for hours at a time while managing hundreds of priorities, all the while projecting authority and professionalism. The one that makes me feel sad or hot or angry for no particular reason. My period. A symbol of my femininity, a hope for a future family and a constant reminder of nature's discrimination towards women. But my pain doesn't concern our clients and neither my employer. So as usual, I bite my tongue, I clench my fists, I take deep breaths and forge ahead. I cannot be seen as weak. I cannot be seen as less able. Later, I find myself in front of the suffrage collection. I've been here many times before. Imagining the brave women who fought for our rights. This time something resonates differently with me. I wonder how they found the courage to fight, putting themselves in danger, enduring public ridicule and hostility repeatedly. What does it feel like to make history? Did they know they were heroic? I wonder, did they realize the importance of their actions back then? The impact they would have in the world? I try to picture them, boiling an egg, serving their families, then going to meetings. Designing signs, then marching peacefully only to be mocked, shunned or even harassed, beaten, imprisoned, leaving work. I approach one of the ladies with the blood-red hair. Hi, I'm Anna, a tour guide here. I'm usually in a hurry so I haven't had a chance to hear about your cause. Would you mind telling me a bit about your purpose? Thank you for stopping by. I'm Beth and one of the many women in the world who suffer from dysmenorrhea. I'm currently unemployed and lost my previous job because I used to work from home or take sick leave too often according to my last employer. The gender pay gap is a fact, backed up by robust, global stats. Many are trying to remedy this in different ways. What's less discussed because it's still taboo even among women is the impact of our menstrual cycle. We're here to demand equal treatment as professionals and better working conditions for women with dysmenorrhea. We have the right to look after ourselves when needed without repercussions at work. Our monthly pain is a testament to our nature. We're built to bring life into the world. Often, this is accompanied by disproportionate difficulties for some of us. But this shouldn't mean we deserve any less as professionals. We demand equal treatment, equal opportunity. We want women across the world to feel it's okay to openly talk about their pain and claim the right to take time for themselves, as needed, without feeling guilt or suffering repercussions. That night I dream of red flowers again. I want one for myself, perhaps a red daisy. I try to reach it but I stumble. Every time. I'm hesitating. I'm breathing hard, my skin tingles, my tears flow. I know what my flower is. And I will have it. The next day I don't want to get up. I feel sick, I feel sad. But people depend on me, my colleagues depend on me. Several hours and tours later, I meet my boss as I put on my coat. Hiya Anna. Where are you going? Don't you have 3 more tours? I'm in pain, I say. I'm bleeding heavily today. His eyebrows shoot up. The awkward look in his eyes reminds me of a boy who's learning about sex for the first time. He's probably wondering if he heard me right. Our monthly bleeding is not something we talk about openly, not with colleagues, bosses, or men in general, not even between us. The few times I've taken leave, I've felt guilty, somehow less worthy of my position. And I've never